Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Houston Oilers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Houston Oilers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the second-year man out of Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved his consistency throughout the season. Always good, occasionally spectacular. But right now, he's on the outside of that MVP race. What's it going to take for him to get it done down the stretch?
You're right, on the fringe. But, hey, it's Week 14. There's still a month left for him to make a lasting impression, have some scintillating plays, and then who knows?
Yeah, those scintillating plays, those splash plays, those plays we'll talk about for the next week leading up to the next game. He'll need a bunch of those down the stretch in order to win the award.
Now, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
On second down, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 43 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017. I really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll run it here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now this time he'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Versatile players on defense are all the rage in the NFL, but it also helps to have a Benardrick McKinney who does one thing very, very well, and that's tackle ball carriers. Big man, big size inside. Looks like a defensive end playing inside linebacker. Still has the ability to run and cut runners off before they can get downfield.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving. That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Looking to throw. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hot! Hot!
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Extra point put through by Suckup. And we are tied at 7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try again with Cohen. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
The NFL EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Muscles him off. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offense ready to head back out there. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on football.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Second down.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Hurry up, here we go. Run.
Now back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Hot. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. His throw incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Watson, off play action. Caught, left side, Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you're like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Following the penalty, here's another 2nd and goal from the 5 now. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now Watson on third and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans are in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Sanders has it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The result, a first down as the quick slant gets him 14.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. They're going to look to throw. And that's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Suck up for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll start out on the ground. It's DJ Yeldon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
Talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Back 22.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. This is Yeldon on the dump off. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. To throw on second is Watson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
On third down, that's Cohen. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Texans send the punter out. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw now on first down. Uncorks one for Davis. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And the return will stop right around the 25. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this offense on 3rd down today can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start things out by looking at the AFC South. Indianapolis hosting Tennessee, and it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Marlon Mack with a touchdown run. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte, and they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. 2 touchdown passes there for Tyrod Taylor. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
This is Cohen. Oh, good move. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down carry now for Yeldon. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And now back out comes the offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds the tackle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Now Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Looking to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spot.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bullock good on the extra point. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. And right now it's the Lions in the driver's seat. Golden Tate, he's found the end zone with a touchdown reception in that one. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going on.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but nice play by the defense, stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Bullock will put this one through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good pickup there at 22.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Hot.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and the lead is down to 24. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Again, it's Cohen, and he is He's met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Back 22.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. On 3rd down, it's Cohen, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Whitney merciless. Coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They needed 14. They got 15 here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They run. This is Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now here's whistles and another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Texans on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? 2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Here's again to Yeldon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Texans, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.